Hey everybody. Good to see you. Well, his name was Woody Guthrie, and way back in 1912, he came into this world kicking and fussing. We came to love him well, for a life spent trying to tell how we all could change the things that we've been cussing. We just gotta do like what he done, like what he done. We just gotta do like what he done. When folks said you cannot change things, Woody said, oh yes I can. 'Cause a man can make a difference, and that difference made the man a hero we can turn to when it's time to make a stand. And our lesser angels say to cut and run. We just gotta do like Woody done. Getting ready to kick off our B.A.D, the Busk at Dusk, every Friday night, 7 o'clock, here in beautiful northern Delaware. Let's see here. Hey there, Dave. Oh, we've got some extraneous noise. Hold on a second, folks. I'll be right back. I'm still getting this stuff worked out, you know. I'm doing it all by myself. There is no assistance in this studio. So hopefully that fixed my little audio problem. And again, welcome. Good to see you. For some reason, Friday nights are turning into be extraordinary current event, breaking news kind of evenings. So perhaps you know, some folks are just going to be watching the TV and following the events of the day. But for those of you that wanted to take a break and spend some time listening to me sing some of my songs, I welcome you. I have a little candle burning back there. It's my Woody Guthrie candle, and it is burning for President Trump and the First Lady. They are in my prayers tonight. Not a secret that I'm not a big fan of what the guy represents, but I think he needs to be beaten at the ballot box. We don't want this game called for any other reason. So we're hoping for the best for the whole family. And let's get this started. Go do it gentle, or go do it rough. It can't be wrong if you do it for love. Telling the truth is the best way to start. Go sing your song, kid. Go wake a heart. Do it with laughter. Do it with tears. Do like the heroes down through the years. The band only lyric sheets, tempo, or charts. Show them the changes. Go wake a heart. Strap on that guitar and open lost and the lonely, shackled and scarred. Once more with feeling, go wake a heart. Hello, Kirk. Hi, Harriet, Susan, Terry Lynn. Some hearts stop loving, some hearts fall deep into a trance that's more dangerous than sleep. Go break the spell this world spins from the dark. Step to the spotlight, wake a heart. Strap on that guitar and open a vein. Plead for the ones who sleep out in the rain, for the lost and the lonely, the shackled and scarred. Once more with feeling, go wake a heart. Hello, Bud. Hi, Patty. Hello, Heidi and Greg. Nancy Hoppin, hi Judy Bison. Howl if you have to, whisper and rant. Cure what you can cure, heal what you can't. This night is like kindling, it just needs a spark. Go strike the match, kid, go wake a heart. Make every light show its own work of art. Go sign the canvas. So Bud says he's losing sound. Is everyone losing sound, or is it just Bud's computer that I have to fix? I can't really tell. Hi, Judy. How are you? Let's see. I think the sound's on. I'm hearing sound in the headphones. If you can't hear what's in my headphones, I just pity you because it sounds really good in there. So this is a song from the Vintage album, and it came about because I got some advice from an old conductor on the train line, the city of New Orleans, when I was riding it with the Guthrie family some years back. The old conductor could not help but smile as he saw me trying to walk down the aisle. As the train lurched and swayed, I tried hard not to stumble. Just over his breath, I heard that old man mumble, "You can't dance to music, at least not for long, if you don't open your heart to the song." Bill Robinson himself could get the steps wrong if he lost the music, so let in the song. I asked that conductor just what his words meant, and he said his train sang him songs as it went, played waltzes and polkas and grand promenades, but he simply danced to each tune that it played. But you can't dance to music, at least not for long, if you don't open your heart to the song. Bill Robinson himself could get the steps wrong. If he lost the music, so let in the song. He said there were songs in the old iron wheels. He said there were songs on the wire. He said there were songs in the way that it feels to head home to your heart's desire. He punched my ticket, said, son, feel the beat. It's coming up right through the soles of your feet. He stepped away as his train took me home. And on the way I heard it singing this song. You can't dance to music, at least not for long, if you don't open your heart to the song. Bill Robinson himself could get the steps wrong. If he lost the music, so let in the song. Bojangles his own self could get the steps wrong. If he lost the music, so let in the song. So there's some messages from buddies having broadcast interrupted, and I'm hoping that's not for everybody. But if it is, I don't know what to do about it. So I'm just going to keep singing. Seems like a good plan, no matter what the eventuality. So we're at the Busk at Dusk. I guess this is maybe my fourth, right? Is that right? Third or fourth? And it's been a lot of fun getting a chance to dust off some old songs, and kind of get reacquainted with some new ones that I haven't done in a while, months. This song kind of had become a regular part of my show, just because it was such an important lesson for me. I was out in Oakland taking a walk, and I met a fella who was asking for some, money, some spare change. And we were in front of a Burger King, so rather than, put money in his pocket, I said, I'll buy you something to eat and put some food in your stomach. So we went in and we got all set up. He got himself a burger and fries and coffee, and I got some stuff, and I asked him if he'd like to join me for lunch. And we ended up having just a terrific, like half hour, 45 minutes. And I asked him about his life and learned a lot about him, and about his experiences on the street, folks he'd met. And anyway, at the end of this whole thing, he said, man, I think you're about the nicest fella I ever met in my life. And I said, that can't be true. I only spent about $7 on lunch, and I know you've met more generous people out here over the years. And he said, I never met anybody that wanted to eat with me. And that was such a powerful lesson for me. It's sometimes it's not about what's in our pocket or what kind of power we have in a situation. It's about presence. It's about accompanying each other. And it inspired this song. It's called Don't Just Do Something, Stand There. What we do, ain't it? If it looks worn, paint it. If it is torn, mend it. If it's bent, unbend it. But when a heart's breaking, when a soul is shaking, your bag of tricks is cleaned out of quick fixes. Don't just do something. Don't just do something. Don't just do something. Stand there. Don't quote renowned sages or Sunday school pages. Paths of least resistance will keep at a distance. The challenge of seeing the whole human being in all their fierce beauty and your profound duty. Don't just do something. Don't just do something. Don't just do something. Stand there in the still and screaming silence, with the illness and the violence, where the cosmic joke is on us. Tears and laughter keep us honest. Whether it's deep sadness or borderline madness, do not disrespect it or look for the exit. Stand in the breach, brother. Stand with one another. Your presence, sweet sister, can heal and minister. Don't just do something. Stand there. So, hello, Cheryl Goldberg. Heidi says, signal is freezing. That is way beyond my pay grade as far, that's somewhere between me and Facebook. That's why we are also broadcasting on Google right now. I know that's where Cheryl is watching because I had to get the Google account because she won't watch on Facebook. That's my fans for you. So Cheryl, maybe you could post the link for the Google stream. If you Google my name and Singwriter on YouTube, you should come up with the stream on Google. It may not be as sketchy as Facebook. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to keep hammering away here. Hello, Ida. Here's an old one. Sweating like a long neck in a Shreveport bar at midnight, full of beer and about to lose his head. In his hand he waved a pistol like a blind man in a knife fight, and he pointed it and fired it and bled. The angel said, don't he look natural? Don't he look fine? The devil's eyes shined like two buffalo nickels he bought for a Roosevelt dime. The land had been like Sarah, proud and oh so stubborn. He lost them both a little at a time. Bankers took the one, his drinking took the other. All he had left for losing was his mind. The angel said, don't he look natural? And the devil said, don't he look fine? The devil's eyes shined like two buffalo nickels he bought for a Roosevelt dime. Times did a story about a suicide that took place Thursday morning in a downtown bar. The paper ran a picture of a much younger man's face, taken years before he bought the farm. The angel said, don't he look natural? And the devil said, don't he fine? The devil's eyes shine like two buffalo nickels he bought for a Roosevelt dime. The devil's eyes shine like two buffalo nickels he bought for a Roosevelt dime. Yeah, you can't have that T-shirt, Michael Donovan. you have to have been from the class of '75 to get this shirt. So anyway, I haven't kind of figured out what this actually is yet. You know, like I'm just trying to do a little bit of everything during these hours I spend with you. Tonight I thought I'd take it a little easier on the president because we are hoping that he gets better real soon. So I decided not to pick on him tonight. That'll be unusual. If you've been following me, maybe a nice respite for everybody. But I did get a request over my Facebook feed in the last few days for this one. So. This is a true story. And some of you have probably heard me tell it. When we were on vacation down in Florida last spring, my brother said, go get your bathing suit. A family of manatees is swimming by the dock. The gentle and the little ones are cute. My mom said it was okay, so my dad said okay too. I paddled over to them on my raft. Suddenly my head was wet with something like shampoo. I yelled out as everybody laughed. A manatee sneezed on me. A manatee sneezed on me. You might think that it's funny. It's not. It's not. You know that the manatees had come to drink fresh water from the hose. My brother Sean was holding in his hand a little bit of water must have gotten up the mama's nose. I'd like to laugh about it, but I can't, because a manatee sneezed on me. A manatee sneezed on me. Its nasal capacity's a lot. A manatee sneezed on me. A I hear. There was a huff and then a snuff, and then she sprayed me with her stuff. There was no clue, no big hot chew. She simply snorted and it flew. She felt so bad for what she'd done. She tried to clean me with her tongue. A manatee sneezed on me. A manatee sneezed on me. Her nasal capacity I got. A manatee sneezed on me. A manatee sneezed on me. You might think that it's funny. It's not. I did not know what to do, so I hollered, God bless you. Thank you very much, those of you that are mentally applauding at home. A true story. Well, let's see. So this is the weekly Busk at Dusk, and the deal is that everybody's welcome. I would rather you be here than not. I could use all the audience I can get, no charge. But if you feel like kicking in, I'm not above the money. So I'm going to put up little information. Let's see, this is the online tip jar, paypal.me/singwriter. And if you Google that, if you go to that address on the internet, you'll find a PayPal account. You can kick in a couple bucks. Folks, I've appreciated the generosity the last couple weeks, honestly. And those of you that don't like PayPal, I'll put up my mailing address a little later on in the stream, so you can reach out to me that way. So thank you. I have a broken printer, so I didn't print up my set list. Oh, or here we go. So I keep referring to the screen, but here's the one I had planned. And this is also from the Vintage album. And this is going out to my niece Mara and her new husband, Todd. Two sailors, two sailing boats out on the sea, we chanced to meet together through tide and wind beyond control. They came to know one boat had a rudder but had not a sail. One boat had fine canvas, but its rudder failed. Both had traveled lonely on 1,000 seas. Now each yearned for only what the other had to be. One fine boat, strong and deep and fast. One fine boat, wind and stars at last. They can go anywhere, anywhere, even round the horns of joy and sorrow, through the straits of time beyond tomorrow. Love is what enabled them to borrow what they willed, bind their hearts and build one fine boat. Once they tried lines, they tied their boats rail to rail. But come the gale, true sailors knew lines could never hold them fast. They chose one mast, keeping what was best about each vessel. They scuttled what was left, and then they sailed away on one fine boat, drawing deep and fast. One fine boat, filling stars at last. They can go anywhere, anywhere, even round the horns of joy and sorrow, through the straits of time, beyond tomorrow. Love is what enabled them to borrow what they willed, bind their hearts and build one fine boat, one fine boat, one fine boat. So one of the things I wanted to do each week was just maybe include a song that I didn't write, but one that I had certainly loved over the years. And back when I used to earn my living playing in the corner of taverns and roadhouses and bars, mostly everywhere in the tri-state area outside of Philadelphia. This is a song that I have done thousands of times. And for some reason, you know, those gigs could be tough because a lot of it was doing songs that I had done too many times, songs that began to lose their meaning for me. You know, I think if I had to play Amy or American Pie one more time, I might have just done something drastic. But there were other songs by other writers that I just never tired of singing, and this is one of them. You long been on the open road, you've been sleeping in the rain, from dirty words and muddy cells, your clothes are soiled and stained. But the dirty words and mud of selves will soon be judged insane. Only stop and rest yourself, you'll be off again. So take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while. Your feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh, and maybe I can try. Just looking for the evening and the morning in your eyes. So tell me of the ones you saw as far as you could see, across the plains from field to town, marching to be free. And of the rusted prison gates, tumbling by degree, like laughing children, one by one, they look like you and me. Take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while. Feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh, and maybe I can try. Just looking for the evening and the morning in your eyes. I know that you're no stranger now to crooked rainbow trails, dancing cliff edge, shattered cells, and slender shackled jails, where voices drift up from below as walls are being scaled. All of this and more, my friend, your song shall not be failed. Take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while. Feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh, and maybe I can try. Just looking for the evening and the morning in your eyes. Eric Anderson, great song. Hey, Danny, Rotten Dan is on. Speaking of Rotten Dan Rotenberg is my webmaster, but the other Rotten Dan, named after my webmaster, is this here little guy, and he is holding our request hat. See, so because every week we draw a request that you, the viewing public, have sent in, either to my P.O. box or to john@johnflynn.net. I'll put that one up as I'm speaking here. Doing two things at once, very impressive. To john@johnflynn.net, my email address. Or sometimes people put them up in the comments here, the requests. I didn't get a chance to go through all of last week's comments yet, but I will, and I'll cull them and pull out the requests, and they'll go into the hat as well. But anyway, last week we drew my buddy Bud Manning, who hopefully is hearing the stream okay at this point in the show tonight, and the one that he wanted was an old song of mine called Carencia. So, and before I do it, we're gonna draw next week's victim out of Rotten Dan's hat. See, I call him Rotten Dan because you can't almost tell him apart from the original. So you can tell. There are lots of requests. So this, well, a manatee sneezed on me from Michael Humphreys, but I did that, Mike. So I'll put it back in the hat and I'll draw again for next week. But we'll hear manatee down the road again. Love Takes a Whole Box of Crayons for Aaron Bradway. I think that's correct, Aaron Bradway. So Aaron, next week we'll be doing Love Takes a Whole Box of Crayons. By the way, I do have a couple of family children CDs. They call them CDs anymore? Albums out, and I don't mind including some of the stuff and kind of mixing it all in. But I was thinking maybe one of these Friday evenings we would just do like a kids hour and feature some of that music, or we could do it on a Saturday morning since the stuff is all set up and I wouldn't have to put it all the way till next week. So I could just shut it down, come down, and 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and we could sing for the kids. So let me know what you think of either of those plans, and we'll put something together. But next week for Aaron, we'll be doing Love Takes a Whole Box of Crayons. So this is a song. My mom used to send me books. If you've seen me before do this, you've heard me tell the story. They were self-help books. My mom sent me lots of self-help books. And I'm a slow reader. But I knew she'd be asking me, what I thought of each book. So I always made a habit of reading one chapter so that when she would call me, inevitably she would call me and I'd say, well, I really like that one chapter about, and then I could, discuss that. So the chapter that I picked out of the book that she had sent, which was one of those, I think it was one of the chicken soup books, if I'm not mistaken, was by a Dr. Naomi Remen. And it was about something called querencia, which is a term that bullfighters use. But it has more to do with kind of a homing instinct and a way to go deep within the moment and kind of compose yourself and center yourself and draw from your core strength. In bullfighting, the matador is in most jeopardy when the bull is relaxed, when he's not off balance, when he's not enraged. And so there is a point in the fight where apparently the bull almost becomes disinterested. He's not responding to the taunts and the noise, and he kind of centers himself and he becomes very placid almost. And that's when the matador is in the most danger. And so I kind of love that concept that we can draw from something deep within ourselves in the time when we're under the most duress. And I wrote this song. There's a word that the matador knows, a point in each fight where the bull will slow. Querencia, querencia. For a reason they cannot explain, the beast feels safe from all the rage and pain. Querencia, querencia. There is solace for the heaving breast, where there is stillness and a moment's rest. Querencia, querencia. Mid the ranting of the rabid crowd, spurns the taunting of the scarlet shroud. Querencia. Judge and jury, he would not be denied sanctuary, sanctuary. This is the time that he's most dangerous. This is the moment he will not fear us. Querencia, querencia. Still preparing for the final length, gathers up himself and all his strength. Querencia, querencia. Kill him, they cry. Judging jury, he would not be denied sanctuary, sanctuary. Bearers of a mystic silence, sad and gentle way he looked at me. Cadencia, Cadencia. Kill him, they cried. Judge and jury, he would not be denied. Sanctuary, sanctuary. There's a word that the matador knows, placing the ring where the bull will slow. Cadencia, Cadencia. Cadencia, that's for you, bud. Applause drifts in from the other room. Which is not, that doesn't happen often. So it's not a lot, but each week, 10% of the donations that I do receive for the Busk at Dusk, or the B.A.D, as we call it, the B.A.D, will go to New Beginnings Next Step, which is an organization that I run. It's a nonprofit that we set up to help fight recidivism here in Delaware. And we run support groups inside the prison, and then when the guys come home, when the guys get released, we continue those relationships. We believe that people change, not really because of ideas so much as because of relationships. I try and help guys build a little bit of resilience for the challenges that await them when they come out. And it makes a difference. And we, along with a kind of a sense of community and support, the idea that people got your back a little bit, we help in a very small way by giving out a bus pass to the guys each week, you know, so that they can ride, and grocery store gift cards, just the $25 card each week to pick up some essentials. And it makes a difference. I won't get into all of it, but we see that it works. So 10% of these shows will go towards that. And this is a song that I wrote early in my work with New Beginnings, because I didn't. It's not a religious ministry necessarily. I mean, guys are encouraged to have a strong spiritual foundation, and we welcome whatever your particular tradition might be. So we've had, you know, certainly a lot of Christians, and we've had Muslims, and we've had Jews. We've had guys with no, you know, particular faith at all, and together somehow, you know, they bring the best of what works for them, the best of their, you know, toolkit spiritually to the table, and share, and something really profound and beautiful happens. But one of the first Christian fellas that I ever met, he came to group each week with his Bible, and his Bible was crammed full of papers. And what I didn't realize was that when you're in prison, you know, your Bible or your Quran, that kind of becomes your filing system, because it's one thing that the COs will kind of be more reverent when they toss the cell, when they go through your stuff. They take it a little more easy, they're a little gentler with the sacred books. So that inspired this song. Jesus had no truer disciple than the lonely man who reads a prison Bible. His cellmate wears a skull cap and quotes from the Koran, but his mama raised him up to be a Christian man. He'll call brother anyone who in humility bows his head and asks for heaven's help on bended knee. He'd strayed from the righteous path and lost the faith he'd known ever since he was a small boy in his mama's home. But in his darkest hour he found, though he'd gravely sinned, the God he turned his back on never turned his back on him. Jesus has no truer disciple than the lonely man who reads a prison Bible. When he's feeling deep within the choking darkness of despair, he turns like the good thief on the cross to Christ in prayer and offers up the desolation Jesus knew too well. 'Cause Jesus spent the night before he died inside a cell. Like Simon of Cyrene, he tries to shoulder up the load for others who, like Jesus, stumble on the Calvary road. When the cross they carry grows too burdensome to bear, he looks in their faces and he sees his Savior there. Jesus has no truer disciple than the lonely man who reads a prison Bible. He keeps his prized possessions in between its tattered covers. In Luke 2:35, he folds the letters from his mother. Matthew 7:9 guards well the postcard from his son. And Acts 12 is saved for the note that so far has not come. He knows that he's done wrong and that he's got to pay a price. He trusts that Jesus' mercy waits for him in paradise. The kingdom is a journey that begins within the heart. No prison walls can never stop that journey once it starts. Jesus has no truer disciples than the lonely man who reads a prison Bible. Jesus has no truer disciple than the lonely man who reads a prison Bible. Abby, it's good to see you. Hello, Ian. Song of hope to help us through another week. Well, hopefully, you're finding some hope in some of these songs. I didn't specifically go through the songs on a theme basis this week. But I did decide that I wanted to repeat a song from last week because it was a brand new one. I had actually just finished it
about an hour before the show and had fun doing it and got some nice comments. And I thought, well, I'll toss it back in this week and kind of, like doing it more than once might help me remember it. So anyway, this one, if I can find it, this one's called Folk Me. That's F-O-L-K. I don't need you to rock me. I've been rocked before. I don't need you to jazz me up with all those hard to play chords. Just need to let something earnest get under my epidermis. Folk me, baby. Folk me, baby. Folk me, baby. Folk me, baby. I got no rap against hip hop. I think that music is dope. Just need more hip for this hippie. I need a little more hop in my hope. Strum that guitar 'cause I'm eager to hear some Guthrie and Seeger. This machine kills fascists. This machine kills fascists. This machine kills fascists. This machine forces head to surrender. Oh, me baby, sing something simple and true. Well, for me, honey, like only a folky can do. For me, baby. Yeah. For me, baby. Sing songs of freedom and justice, songs about peace and love. I'm weary of cynicism. I need me some kumbaya. Someone's singing, Lord. Someone's praying, Lord. Someone's crying, Lord. Kumbaya, ya, 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 ya. Oh, me, baby, sing it simple and true. Oh, me, honey, like I wanna folk you. Play some Dylan and Oaks. Fellow, for me, honey, everybody get folked. For me, baby, I need to hear the real stuff. For me, honey, I need to get folked up. Folk me. Let's see here. What time is it? Oh man, we're getting to the end. Well, I had I must have gabbed a lot because I had a lot more songs planned. So I'll put them on the list for next week. I had one that I hadn't done in a while, and I thought it'd be a nice way to end this evening. It's actually from my first ever national release, which was, I think they call it, the term is eponymous. The album's called John Flynn, and it was out on Sliced Bread Records, a label owned by our old buddy Gene Che. Anyway, I tell folks that back then I had been getting songs recorded by artists down in Nashville for 20 years, and that was true because the first time I ever had a song recorded in Nashville was in 1983, and it wasn't until this song came out, which wasn't really 20 years, but this one was recorded by a great cowboy artist named Chris Ledoux. And he would have never heard it if it weren't for Gene's label. So I'm going to leave you with it. I was referencing my bar singing days, and I used to sing down in Avalon, New Jersey, every summer. And it was back when the kids were little, and I didn't like being away. They actually gave me a room over the bar for the summer, but when you're a married guy, being down the shore, there's not that much to do. So I would climb in my van and I'd head back to Delaware County and outside of Pennsylvania. So I'd leave the bar around 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd get into the driveway around 4:45. And some of those trips, I didn't actually remember when I get home. I'd pull into the driveway and I wouldn't remember much of the journey. And I was okay. I wasn't under any kind of influence. It was just kind of like on automatic pilot, I guess. But I always had this feeling that the van, my old Ford Econoline, I had the feeling that it was taking me home, that it knew the way, and I just had to sit back and relax. So I decided to write a song for my van, and then I thought people might think that was stupid. So I pretended I wrote it to my horse. Riding back from town tonight, I don't need the trail moonlight. This old horse knows his way home. I don't have to touch the reins. He's on track just like a train. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way home. He waits faithfully to save me from card games and painted ladies. This old horse knows his way home. And when my heart or pay is gone, I climb up and just hold on. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way home. Cowboy blues fade to black in an old bunkhouse rack, and so I whistle back in the saddle again. Cowboy blues fade to black in an old bunkhouse rack, and so I whistle back in the saddle again.
riding back from town tonight. I don't need the trail moonlight. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way home. This old horse knows his way. Dave, Ian, Heidi, Carolyn, Birch, everybody that tuned in. Thank you. I appreciate you coming and spending some time with me. Look forward to when we can do this face to face. Take care of yourselves. Say a prayer for the president. Say a prayer for the country. Say one for me. Remember, loving folks, it doesn't always change them, and it doesn't always save them. But loving them changes and saves you. God bless you. See you soon.